100,000 gold exploration companies turn into a mine. So, most of these companies go to zero.
What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and I'm here with James Longshore, CEO of Extra Gold. It's been a while since we've had you on. James, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Aaron. I'm coming from you from Accra. I just did Accra, Ghana. I just did a site visit to our Kibby Gold project. So I'm over here doing an inspection. Yeah, things are going excellent. And thanks for having me back. It was 8 months ago since we did our last update.
Yes, of course. So can you start by giving us an update on the business, everything that you've been up to since we've last spoke?
Yeah, so the main thing we're doing is we're drilling out our resource. And 2023, the close of the year, was a milestone because we drilled 100,000 meters of drilling with 540 drill holes in our resource area. And the resource is all open-ended. And what's amazing about that is, as you know, we self-financed all that through our community mining project with the locals. And I believe we're the only gold exploration company that's ever done that feat, self-financed. And we haven't raised any capital, so no dilution to shareholders since our IPO of November of 2010, which is 13 years. And I also don't know any junior explorer that's done that. So we're growing a big resource, and we self-financed it with no shareholder dilution, which will benefit the shareholders a lot as we get discovered here by new people.
That's an incredible accomplishment. Over the last couple of years, I've seen the market, especially junior exploration, be plagued with financings and dilution. So you should be very proud of that. Extra Gold recently announced that it has expanded its Boomerang Gold system at depth with high-grade drill intercept grading of 9.2 grams per ton gold over 9 meters, including 16.94 grams per ton gold over 4.5 meters. What does this mean for the company?
Yeah, that's interesting because on our last update last year, we were infill drilling what we called in the Boomerang, we found this lower chute, which is a 50-meter thick chute, which is very nice, grading about 1.3 grams from surface. We chased it down to 400 meters. And so we drilled that out, mainly defined it. It's going to add a lot of tonnage to the resource. And our exploration team drilled one hole a little deeper, and we hit this one hole below, sitting right below that lower chute. And it was, like you said, it was over 9 grams of 9 meters, which is fantastic. So we're targeting that right now. I was on site, and we're moving the drill rigs to step out about 100 meters and see if those grades can hold. Because if those gold grades do hold, you can add a lot of tonnage very quick to the resource. So I'm not guaranteeing anything, but that's the nature of drilling. But I mean, that's a fantastic thing to hit that right below the lower chute. So the idea is we'll mine the upper chute when it becomes a mine, and the more zones you have close by, the better is the economics of the mining.
So can you tell us more about the Boomerang Gold system and what kind, of potential this has to become?
Yeah, so the Boomerang zone, that's where we're focused with our 3 diamond drill rigs, drilling aggressively, trying to get the resource as big as possible in the shortest amount of time. And what's really nice about the Boomerang gold chute is on the top, we have what we call it upper zone, which is about 15 to 20 meters thick. And then below that, we now have the lower chute, which I touched on there, which was the 50-meter zone of 1.3. And now we might have this other chute below it, and they're all dipping the same angle. So the more chutes you find, it's a stacked gold chute system. And the more that happens, the more tonnage you're going to add and the more economic it is. So it's proving to be the biggest thing we found to date on our property. And I hope it keeps expanding because it could put us in the big leagues as a discovery very quickly if we can find a few more of these things and if this high grade zone can hold.
So what are your goals for 2024 when it comes to, Extra Gold and your drill program?
So 2024 is the same plan. We've drilled about half the area, the ground in this Boomerang zone. We're going to drill the other half. We're going to focus on this high grade chute and other chutes around that zone with our immediate goal to get this resource, hopefully showing it's going to 1.5 to 2 million ounces on our internal modeling. So that's our goal for 2004. If we succeed, which I think we have a good shot of doing that, very confident, it will get us recognized as a major gold resource, which is important in our sector, right? It's one of the milestones.
Yeah, that'll be a huge accomplishment. So when it comes to deposit size, how many ounces are you targeting in total? Because I know we've spoken about that in the past. Kind of what's your target for ounces?
Yeah, once again, I mean, you're with gold deposits, you're given what you have in the ground, Mother Nature put it there. So you're
Mm.
limited to that. But like I said, the Boomerang Zone is turning out to be a big gold system. And I think this gold shoot might get us to that 2 million if we can keep expanding the same kind of drilling and finding the same reason. There's, like I said, no guarantee, but it looks very encouraging. It's a big gold system. So we're focused on drilling. And I do believe that we have a good chance this year of showing in 2004 that this is going to be a multi-million ounce resource. And that's just the tip of the iceberg because, as you know, we have zone 2 and zone 3 that we're drilling now, and it's the Boomerang Zone. We have these 3 stacked layer gold shoots, but we also have only drilled about a third of the ground up there where we know this granitoid hosted gold deposit is. So that's, very exciting. So it's going to be a big year for us.
Definitely. So could extra gold, be a potential takeout target in the future if the resource continues to expand, or do you have anything else to say regarding mergers and acquisitions, things like that?
Yeah. So as far as I believe that, it looks like we're probably heading into new highs for gold this year, a very good chance of it. So I believe any resource company in the gold sector, if we push to new highs on the physical price of gold, that any company with, in the high, 1.5, 2 million plus range ounces resources with good potential to expand those resources, all the majors and mid-tier producers are going to be interested in companies like ours. Because remember too, just in Ghana where we're focused, we have 4 major producers and 3 mid-tier producers, and they've been mining their reserves since 2000, in some cases 20 years, 15 years, depleting their reserves. And Extra Gold is probably the only company right now with multi-million ounce potential in Ghana. So all these companies are going to become potentially takeover targets for these majors to replenish their reserves. And I'll give you one recent example. A company called Osino Resources on the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture Exchange was just taken out for $287 million, and they had a resource of 2.8 million ounces. So, $100 an ounce in the ground. And it's a new gold jurisdiction in Namibia, okay, not developed like Ghana. So, that gives your investors an idea how valuable these things are going to become as gold pushes up.
Yeah, it's nice to see gold holding 2000. So while we're on that topic, gold started out 2024 above 2000. We've been bouncing around, holding that level for now, fingers crossed. With interest rate cuts on the horizon this year, hopefully sooner than later, where do you see gold heading this year? Or give us a prediction if you could.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like predicting gold prices. I will tell you this is that coincidentally, last time we met in May of 2023, we did the update. Gold was pushing the highs too. It was 2050. We're there again today. It's pushing it. It didn't get up there yesterday. It actually retrenched to 1800. Having said all that, I do believe this year we have a much higher chance of hitting new highs because, like you said, interest rates are probably coming down in the latter part of the year. Economies look fairly fragile. We have, because of the COVID situation, national governments, choking on debt that's been issued. The debt levels are, I can't even explain how big they are. They're almost unfathomable. And also, if you look, you have the Asian central banks buying record bullion purchases, physical gold. Okay. So we haven't, so we have all these things going, and that's why I think gold is pushing new highs. And I think this year we have a good chance. But having said all that, we have to stick to our business. And I model, and in Ghana we can extract an ounce, the large hard rock mines, for 1,000 per ounce. So at $2,000 an ounce, it's a good cash flow. It's 100% cash flow. $1,000 an ounce. So it's a good situation, but I do think we are headed for higher gold prices. It looks like the cards are drawn here.
Yes, it'll be an exciting year. So finally, what advice would you give to the younger generation of investors looking to invest into gold? Because I know it's hard to say. We've seen a lot of interesting gold stocks in 2020 for a brief period of time. Then that appetite kind of dwindled. And I feel like when gold makes a significant move, hopefully this year, it's going to bring a lot more new investors in because inevitably people just kind of chase where the money's going. But what advice would you give to the younger generation looking to do that, or even if they want to be proactive and get in before everyone else does?
Yeah, I would say the younger generation, I know a lot of them haven't bought gold stocks. Gold stocks, exploration stocks like ours have serious leverage to the gold price. I think right now you have a unique opportunity because all the exploration stocks fell out of favor, even though the physical gold price is doing pretty well. And I think that's the unique opportunity. And every time I've bought, gold stocks at that time, this is a new time in the last 10 years, there's been usually 400 to 500% returns. Okay. If gold is actually in a new bull market. So I think that the younger generation, if they're, looking at buying some gold stocks, they should pick some good exploration companies like us and put a little risk capital to work, because you can make a lot of money in returns. And these things I think are going to be valuable and give those investors some exposure to the gold price, which, I just said, I think we're heading in a unique market, and I do believe it's unique times. So they should definitely consider and have a look at our company or any good gold exploration asset that's fallen out of favor right now.
Well, thank you for all those updates, James. It was a pleasure to have you back on. We'll be doing more of these as you produce more results. Best of luck for this year.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and we'll be back to update you as we drill the high grade shoot.